Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're picking up our conversation with Kedria Grigsby, who was accused of helping her son, Roger McGee, recruit students for a sex trafficking ring. She's here in the studio tonight with attorney Samuel Millage and Tyler White. And, of course, charges have been dropped. Glad to have you guys on The Factor. We're going to pick up. Tyler, when you looked at the evidence, did you immediately see a weak case?
I did. And I used to be a former Harris County prosecutor myself. And so I know how the game goes, so to speak. And so when Sam called me and he asked me to step in and help him with the case, I started looking at the evidence and I had immediate concerns. I immediately saw that this was essentially an accusation without the evidence to back up those accusations.
And are you guys thankful that, because there are a lot of district attorneys and ADAs, assistant district attorneys, who become dogged on a high-profile case and they just won't let it go, but they said the proof was not here?
Absolutely. The last prosecutor that we had on the case, and I want to make sure I give him his due, because given all this pressure, you know, like you just stated, a lot of prosecutors, and Tyler can speak to this, will just try to make something out of nothing. But he took the time, listened, we had conversations, pointed out some things, and he went through. And, you know, I said this before, and you know, he had nuts, and he did the right thing, right, to make sure, because the job of the prosecutor is not to get a conviction, but make sure justice is served. Am I correct?
That's right. Absolutely.
You know.
And of course, when you go through something like this that Ms. Grigsby has gone through, you're just thankful it is over. But is there any legal recourse that you guys are considering? Any civil action? I mean, it was your career, it was your reputation, and here you are trying to pull it back together. I know you're happy that it's over, but damage has been done.
Damage has been definitely done, and I wasn't the only one affected. This affected my husband. He was in a whole nother district, but they basically fired him because they said it's the publicity of it. But then, of course, they had to find a reason. My children went to several different schools because of the publicity of it. Even though they didn't do anything directly to me, I believe my children were targeted. So I had to move them around. And so, you know, that part right there is really, that really could have damaged me, because I'm a mama bear, you know, to not only my children, but others' children, you know.
And how was it watching your family suffer on allegations you knew were false?
It was devastating. You know, I never want, you know, as a mother, as a sister, as a, you know, as a wife, you never want to see your people suffer for something that could have been prevented if anybody would have just did some research, a character check, something. Like, take a roster of my students, like not the made up ones, because they made up some students, because it was AI videos and all types of things that was going around on social media and things like that. But if someone would have did some type of investigation, I don't think I ever would have been put in this position.
And really quick, are you guys concerned about a refile? Because I want to get to what she has to show us and share with us.
Not necessarily, but I think Tyler can more so speak to it. It's been my, you know, experience, that's standard language, but I'm not necessarily concerned.
Really quick, Tyler.
Sure, Isiah, I can speak as my former experience as a prosecutor myself. I can tell you, based on the evidence, and I really should say the lack of evidence in the investigation that we've done, I'd be highly shocked if the DA's office refiled these charges.
Give us a